Well, thank you for joining us again for another Artist Spotlight. My name is Joe Foy, president of Harmony, and today I am joined with Katie Taylor, the music teacher over at Alex Bay Central School. That's right. And how long have you been a teacher there?
This is my 25th year.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So it's a what do you call it? I don't know, 25th year.
It's my silver anniversary of teaching.
That's
so,
right.
Yeah, it started when I was 4. So, no, I'm just kidding.
That's awesome. So you've been there is that where you started out?
That's where I started. I've been there my whole teaching career. So
Really?
I started in 97.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
And so what do you do? What are you teaching currently at Alex Bay?
I've always been, we're a very small school. When I started, there was around 800 kids in the whole building, and now it's just over 5. So the class sizes have reduced since I've been there, but I teach pre-K through 12 music. So I do all of the general music for the entire elementary school. I do general music for middle school, and then I also do the choral music. I've taught music theory, I've taught theater classes, and I also direct the school musicals. And there's a list, so I'll stop there. That's what my official job is, and then there's extracurriculars that I do as well. But
that's great.
Yeah.
And you've been going into the musicals a little bit. So
Mm-hmm.
have you done those all 25 years, or did you start them at some point?
The only year that I didn't do one was my first year. They didn't really have a musical program that the music teacher before me had done. So a lot of the kids when I started there were interested in doing that, and I had to, build a program. We didn't have a single wireless headset mic. We didn't have lights in the auditorium. We didn't have anything, and now we have I have a whole soundboard, like state-of-the-art stuff. Like, it has greatly improved since I've been there, and I'm able to put on some pretty fantastic shows in my tiny little building. And I'm just grateful that being a small school, I actually have an auditorium and not like the gymatorium or the cafetoriums, which a lot of my colleagues have at the smaller schools. So I feel really lucky that's the case. So
Yep, and that's what we had at Copenhagen.
Yeah.
It's hard to work with acoustically.
Oh yeah. I mean, you do the best you can for the kids, and they love being part of the show, but like having a stage and auditorium seats and a sound system and all the headset mics, and it makes a big difference, and lighting and everything.
That's
so
awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it has a lot to do with, the fact that you're consistently doing them for 25 years,
Yeah.
putting on great shows.
Mm-hmm.
And then, not to go right into it, but during COVID, you still put on a show.
I did.
Is that right?
I did.
That was, I saw that. I didn't actually get a chance to see it. I apologize for that, but it looked like it was a lot of work.
It was probably 3 times the amount of work to put it all together, because usually it's a team, it's a team project, and the kids are there with me the whole time, and we're putting things together and preparing a live show. And this was all virtual, and I did Beauty and the Beast Junior, and we had to film every single kid independently. So I recorded every voice of every student in the show. I had a cast of over 40, and like every single song and there's a lot of group numbers in that show. So it was, the opening number with Belle, tons and tons of kids. Everybody in the show, I had to record everything, and then I mixed everything down into an audio file, and then they all came in individually with a green screen and lip synced the song. And then I had to pull in all of the videos to go with that audio file and line up their mouths with the recording. So just the opening number took me 3 days to put together for the audio and the video. So and that was one song, and it's 13 scenes, Yeah. So.
And I'm familiar with that kind of process,
Yeah.
and it's like, that is a lot of work.
It was insane.
And you hadn't really done anything like that.
No, I had done a little thing with Northern Blend, and just a little head in a box, kind of like a Zoom recording, and then I just lined up the mouths to the audio, but nothing like this. This was like the speaking lines, this was costumes, choreography, and all of the scenes that we did that were the castle scenes with all of the enchanted characters. We actually filmed at Bolt Castle.
Oh, right.
So because we're in Alex Bay, and
Yeah.
we have this outlet of being able to get over there and utilize that, they were amazing, and the chamber got us over there, and we had Uncle Sam Boat Lines that brought our kids over and back, and a couple of the parents who had boats that helped bring the kids back. But we had 2 full days of filming over at the castle, and had to film every kid independently. So it was fun. It was cold.
Yeah.
because it was like the end of March and it was still really cold on the river. The first day that we were there, they had the fire going, which was nice, but the second time they didn't, and we froze.
Yeah.
But we got it done. They were troopers.
Yeah, so it's needless to say that was like a lot,
Yeah.
but probably a little bit worth it because you know everything that was missed during COVID.
Mhm.
I don't even like to talk about it anymore. We just kind of like we're past that.
I know. But it's something that the parents and the kids and the, people in the community will remember, that even though it was COVID, we didn't give up and we didn't just fold. I wanted the kids to have a goal and something to look forward to, and even though it wasn't the same as a live audience, it was they were very proud of it, and it was fun and exciting.
That's
I was
awesome.
exhausted, but it was worth it.
Yeah. And then this year you were able to do back in person and everything kind of as it was.
We did Addams Family, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
They were fantastic. They were so happy to be on the stage, and the mask mandate lifted the week before the show.
Gotcha.
So we were able to do the show with. We had limited seating in the auditorium, and I did space people out, but we didn't have to do masking, so that was nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we got to see faces on stage.
Okay, so I wanted to move into some other things that you do, because you don't just teach, you do a lot of other things with music. Specifically, things that are associated with Harmony Inc., right?
Yes.
Right, not to be confused with ourselves.
Right.
We knew it was going to be a little confusing when we said it, but it was like, we really like that name, but...
Yeah, I think it's very clever. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a good use of the name.
But Harmony Inc. is like a national entity.
It's an international organization.
International.
It's pretty much, it's the United States and Canada. And we would expand and be a larger organization. It's just finding people in those faraway areas to form choruses and grow. But Harmony Inc. is mostly the eastern side of the United States, but it does span over, and we do have choruses in Arizona and California, like Manitoba and Canada, and then way up into Nova Scotia. So we have a pretty large organization. It's around 3,000 members. So.
And what's kind of Harmony Inc.'s mission?
Harmony Inc. is a ladies singing organization that is just looking to expand and grow and share music in the barbershop a cappella style with anyone that's willing to learn and grow with us. It's a very family oriented, warm, caring, supportive organization, and when you meet people and only see them once or twice a year, but it's like little family reunions where we all cheer each other on. There's competition, but it's really not cutthroat, and it's not like there's no cattiness in the organization. It's really wonderful. A lot of people that are directors of choruses, like me for instance, I direct Northern Blend. I have gone and coached and worked with chapters all across the United States and Canada, and brought them some help, some of my knowledge and experience in the organization, in the style, and I just sincerely want to see them grow and get better. And it's not about beating each other, it's about becoming stronger and better musicians as a whole. So
yeah, that's really awesome. How long have you been part of that organization?
I joined in 1988 when I was 12.
Wow.
My mom was in the chorus, and so I was able to join as a young girl. The age limit was 16, and they lifted it for me since my mom was in the chorus and let me join. So
Gotcha.
Yep.
Now, did you kind of pass it on to a lot of the people that are in the area, or were they already familiar with it? Because I know there's like Northern Blend and things like that. They're part of Harmony Inc.
Right, Northern Blend is one of the chapters. There's around 60 chapters in Harmony Incorporated all the way across the U.S. and Canada. So we always do our best to try to get more members and get people to come and join us and expose barbershop music to the area. So over the years, there's a handful of people in the chorus now that have been there as long or longer than myself, but a lot of them came later on down the road. So
Gotcha.
it's just a really great eclectic mix of people from all different backgrounds and ages, and we range from 14 to 84.
That's awesome.
And teachers and nurses and homemakers and just all sorts of different restaurant owners, retired restaurant owners now, my mom.
Yeah. People who do it as like a hobby, and they just like to they like to sing like that. So where do you all meet? Is it in the same place every year? Does it mix up every year?
Yep, it's for our area convention, which is like a regional contest. We meet in around the same area. It's usually Syracuse, Rochester, around somewhere in that area. And then our international goes around to all the different areas. So we've gone to Florida, we've gone to Nova Scotia, we've gone to Wisconsin, we've gone to Chicago. I mean, there's all different places. So different chapters host it depending on where we're located and what area they're in.
Gotcha.
So
and
we travel all over.
Do you make every single one or most of them, or?
I think I've missed one in my 34 years, and it was because I was in college. And I went to Potsdam, the Crane School of Music, and I had gotten the mezzo soprano solo in our big fall concert, and it was the same weekend as my contest.
Wow.
And that was 1994. That was the only year I missed. It was the only one I missed.
That is awesome, though. So then let's talk a little bit about Northern Blend, because that's the local chapter, right. Then. And how long have you been a part of that?
Since I was 12.
Yeah, you're 12. Yeah. You said that already. I apologize.
That's okay. Well, that's Harmony Incorporated, and Northern Blend is that part of Harmony Inc. So right. that's when I joined. That's the only chapter I've ever been a member of. So.
Right. Yeah. And right now you're kind of in charge of Northern Blend?
I'm the musical director.
That's correct.
Yes.
Okay. And how long has that been the case?
I'm trying to think what I've been I co-directed with my mom for quite some time. I think we started co-directing in 2003, and then my mom stepped down in 2013, and I took on the full-time musical director. So I'm almost 20 years that I've been standing in front and waving my arms in front of the chorus. So yeah,
that's cool. And how many people are part of that?
We just recently had 28 on the contest stage. We've been as large as 40. I think our membership is in the mid-30s right now, but not everybody was able to attend our convention. So gotcha. When we get everybody up there, we're pretty amazing. It's an awesome group of people, and they just work so hard to make amazing music. So
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. So still talking about Northern Blend, where do you all currently rehearse?
We meet at Stone Presbyterian Church on Chestnut Street in Watertown on Mondays at 7 o'clock. And we are, like I said, we're a ladies chorus. We are open to anyone that wants to come and join us. And we also welcome it. We're a very inclusive chorus. So I like to say that we are a ladies chorus, but we are very open to our non-binary friends and anyone who identifies female and feels comfortable in that female space. So we'd love to have some people come and join us and sing some barbershop.
Awesome. And I guess kind of to stick to that realm, but maybe a little bit away from music, you're a big supporter of a lot of the Pride events that go on in the area, is that correct?
Yes.
Gotcha. And how long have you, I don't know if you can say how long you've been doing that, but how long have you been kind of part of those events, would you say?
Well, I've always been an ally and an advocate for LGBTQ people. It's always, I think, being in music and in the theater world, there are a lot of LGBTQ people around, and so it just always was kind of the norm for me, and I always felt very had wonderful relationships with those people and wanted to see them have the same opportunities as everyone else. And I started seeing the way that they were treated, and that really bothered me. And then when I was, when my son was in 10th grade, he came out. And so I went from being an ally to more of an advocate and speaking up and trying to raise my voice a little bit more to make my feelings heard about things like that and the injustices that are happening. So I started joining in with the Watertown Pride Committee, just in kind of a small way. I think it was 2019. I was doing the free mom hug shirts and just kind of going to the events and making friends with people in the community. And then I kind of jumped in a little bit more last year and took on the role of being in charge of the vendors out in the park. And so I kind of help organize all of the booths that are there. So people that are selling things, and like ACR Health that's there with pamphlets, and mental health and Planned Parenthood, and all of the different places that are there, food trucks, the kids' bouncy houses, face painting, all those things. I'm the one that organizes all of those in that kind of loop around. So I'm very happy to work with Jeff Cole and Mark Irwin and Nancy Henry and getting all of those things planned to help. And then last year, River Pride started in Clayton.
That's right.
And being from the river towns in Alex Bay, I was part of the team that kind of joined Alex Hazard and helped organize the children's events. So we had face painting and balloon making, we had crafts, we had tie-dye t-shirts, we had drag queen story hour, which I loved. we had 2 drag queens that read stories, and the kids just came and sat on the lawn at the little bookstore in Clayton, and they read them stories, and it was fantastic. So
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yep, and I did hear a lot about that.
Mhm.
That's just kind of, great to know that, it's like music is a big thing, and then it's not even that you necessarily, do you mix them together at all, or is it just kind of like these are separate things? They mix together because
yeah, they kind of
the arts, especially the performing arts,
yes.
involves LGBTQ quite a bit.
And the drag shows, there's a lot of drag shows that are involved, and Amber Sky is such a huge part of that here in Watertown and surrounding areas, and all of her shows that she does, there's always some sort of a fundraiser attached to them, and so they raise money for the show, and then she helps to support different organizations, whether it's Watertown Pride or the like pageants for kids, or breast cancer awareness, or she's done so many things like that, and I love that, reaching out to the community and giving back, and her shows are so much fun, and and that is performing arts. Like, you see the queens in their costumes and dancing, and it's amazing, and it's so much fun, and that is in my realm of comfort, the perforing arts. So
Yeah.
kind of fits there.
I'm ashamed to say
too.
I haven't been to one yet, and
Well,
I'd
you
like to go.
have to go.
Yep.
You'll love it.
Yep.
It's fun.
Well, we really appreciate you joining us here today for being our artist spotlight for this month. We're kind of doing it. I can't remember which month it is,
That's
but
okay.
it's going to be the month that it is right now. This is the artist spotlight month. But thank you so much. Thank you for everything that you do. For you're doing it for your community in Alex Bay, but then you're also doing it for basically the entire community. Jefferson, Lewis, St. Lawrence County, helping to expand the arts in your area expands it everywhere, I feel like, and everything you do is just absolutely amazing. So thank you.
Happy to do so. Thank you for having me.